Hey everyone, this is Jason again with the Empire Axe marker. Got actually a request to go by the Virtue laser eyes for the axe. So, wanted to go ahead and test this out and see what it's all about. Went ahead and picked one up today. So here is the stock eyes. You have a basically, let me flip this so it's so I get the marker. One of these is a receiver and one of them is a sender. Basically, only one really truly lights up, the other one just receives it. Just to let you guys know, when you do install the laser eyes, not both of them are going to light up red, only one of them, just to let you guys know. Now, one thing with the stock, mostly all stock micro switches are an 80 gram. The good thing with the Virtue is it uses a 20 gram micro switch. So when you do in fact put it in, you will be able to actually adjust your trigger even more because it's not going to require a lot of play or even a lot of pressure to activate that switch. So just a word of caution, if you install it, tweak your trigger a little bit. You don't want to accidentally start going with a bad bounce or anything of that nature. You don't want to get called out by a ref. So I'm just going to go ahead and cover how to actually install it for you today as well. First thing you want to do is loosen the two screws that hold the front foregrip together, not remove them. If you remove them, they're very small, you might lose them. So we're going to just slide this off, and of course be careful because it does have the board in it. Okay, then you want to actually remove the two main housing, and that's going to go ahead and separate the trigger from the actual marker housing, you can somewhat say. So, okay, so you have your solenoid, your tube, and then the new Virtue micro switch. You can tell because it is a black board now versus the stock green. Now, what you want to do is you don't have to really remove any of these screws in particular order, but what you want to do is you do want to remove this one, this one, this one, this one, but these two do not touch right next to the solenoid until the others are removed. What you want to do is you want to loosen one at a time, loosen that one, loosen this one, loosen that one, and just keep going back and forth. When you do that, you're not going to actually have to unscrew the solenoid. It's going to be a lot easier for you. So definitely just do that. Now we'll go ahead and compare the two. As you can see, that the Virtue is a little bit more of a low pro. Doesn't stand up as high. Let me see if I can get you guys a good angle here. You can kind of tell how with the stock it is a lot higher than the Virtue, so that is going to lead to a lot of really nice trigger pulls. Now the good thing, like we mentioned, on top of it having a 20 gram micro switch instead of the 80 gram like the stock board, you are going to be able to have a very, very smooth trigger pull, like we just mentioned. You are going to be able to actually shoot a little faster, so definitely if you have your gun on unlimited, you might want to be careful about that. Now, word of caution, this is a big time thing. We'll use the stock board because the Virtue board's already in there. When you install these, as you can see, these eyes are just held on by a little solder wire. If you get your Virtue and it's bent, we'll go ahead and bend this on purpose here, kind of that nature, don't use pair of pliers. Don't try using any kind of tool. What you want to do, put your thumb on the base and very lightly use your whole finger, kind of like what I'm doing, and pinch it till it's somewhat straight. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't want to mess with it too much because you will break these, and if you break them, they're not going to respond whatsoever. So that's the old. Real simple to install, quick and easy. You don't have a problem. So now what we're going to do is we're not even going to put the actual trigger guard on. We're just going to go ahead and slide. We're going to get a good angle here for you. We're going to go ahead and insert the front board. Okay, cool. Whoa, fell off. Sorry about that. Okay, there we go. Now we're in. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn it on. Okay, of course it is on, and it is now saying it needs to be reloaded. So let's go ahead and lift it up here. Now, of course, don't do what I'm doing. I'm just doing this to actually show you guys that it is, in fact, a Virtue Eyes. And there you go. See, so right now, it looks like both of them are red. But the only one that is truly an eye is right here on the left-hand side of the marker. The other one is just a receiver. The good thing with getting the Virtue Eye, let's go ahead and turn this off here because in pieces, you are going to, the sensitivity with the eyes is increased, so you can definitely manipulate the ball in place. The good thing too is because we are combining two Virtue boards, it is going to save you battery life too, so that's definitely a good thing. Probably by far the best is if your eyes are working, you see bright red or bright green or bright blue. If you don't see anything down your feed neck or through the chamber, then your eyes are defective. And then you definitely want to remove them. And a couple things you want to look out for is definitely check the solder joints. Make sure that these are in nice and smooth. The slit in the gun itself is very thin, so don't bend them. Now the big question is, how does it shoot with the new micro switch? It shoots basically awesome. It's another upgrade that I am going to recommend. You do get a lot smoother of a trigger pull. You can actually tweak your trigger even more to make it, a lot smoother and a lot more reliable. So definitely worth it. It's around $30. I picked mine up today for $28.99 plus some change for tax. So definitely get it. Recommend it. Thanks for watching. This is Jason with the Empire Axe Marker.